What's up, everyone? I'm Sam Marlon, my co-host Stank and Poppy Latte, and you're watching The Loose Cannons. We're joined tonight by Jake Arians, the greatest kicker in NFL history.
Sure.
Loose Cannon Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Can we get the damn
The
intro
first,
right?
the first.
I know,
I
but
mean, come on, man.
I kind of thought I should tell everyone that you're the greatest kicker in NFL history. That seems to be like.
Well, they know that's a lie. I'm not even the best kicker in like UAB history. Maybe.
Wow. Listen, I don't like
It's
to
a
come
good
in with
one.
this little dick energy, Jake.
What is confirmed though is
kicker
that
in
he's the
NFL
very first Hall of Famer in loose cannons. That's confirmed.
That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
Can we
All right,
please
fine.
get this
All right,
right?
all right. We're joined tonight by the first ever Hall of Fame inductee for the Loose Cannons Hall of Fame, Jake fucking Arians.
Hey, fucking Arians, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
There you go. See that? We got to get you your gold jacket and
That's right.
your gold.
A little ring back here is not enough.
Yeah. You guys are gonna have to excuse
And your
Sammer.
gold bets.
He's evidently been in some kind of fucking Somalian prison for the last 6 months. Look at that fucking beard, bro.
What the
That
fuck?
was 6 days. What are you talking about with that
I've
beard?
never seen Sammer not manicured. Did the harem leave with your wife on vacation?
No,
Yeah.
so what this is called a playoff beard, man. I'm sorry.
It
I
didn't
don't buy
work.
it.
6-2. Shave it.
The
Shave it.
rest of us just don't come that strong, apparently, in like 2
Yeah.
series. They're not even in the
bro.
finals yet.
I've been growing this shit since I was 14, bro. That's about as good as it gets right
I
here.
started in the first round.
That's my
Honestly,
point.
I think I've only shaved once since the gala. If we're gonna be
Sammer,
honest
can we
with you.
address this right now? Because I'm seeing it all over Twitter. And listen, I mean, miracles happen, but Cali Bucks fan, Latte, that doesn't mean that Sue's not coming back. I guess he's.
Can we address this right now?
Let's address it.
Some of this stupidity. When you morons read contracts,
Morons.
don't read the damn number. Read
Never.
if it says up to.
Yes.
That means there's a bunch of damn incentives in there. And if he hits them, great. You pay him all the money. Who gives a shit? It doesn't say guaranteed. It said up to $10 million. There's a difference if it says $10 million guaranteed 1 year. Read the fine print before you all go freaking nuts. By the way,
it's
the
actually
dude
6.
is elite when healthy. Elite.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
Not that Sue hasn't been phenomenal. Sue has been. Can't even talk about how good he is because he's there every play, every week. As an old vet, didn't need freaking playoff. He was spectacular. If he comes back, awesome. Even better.
Wait, you're
So
telling
by
us that
saying
we could
what
have
you did, yeah.
we could have Akeem Hicks, freaking Vita Vea, and Sue in rotation along with Will Golson and
And the
Logan
rookie.
Hall.
Yes.
Holy shit! And you got Joe Tryon outside. You got Shaq Barrett outside. Just,
If we get Sue back with Akeem Hicks and Vita, I'm going streaking through the quad.
Well, the thing with Akeem Hicks is you could take him like you have Vita. If you have 30, 35 plays a game and he could play fresh. He's used to being that guy where you had to play 60 in Chicago. And if you played the Bears with him in there, they were a different defense. They were really freaking tough because you can't run up the middle. Then he'd had some injuries. He'd missed some games here and there. We've played him twice without him, and we lost on that Thursday night with him, and he was an absolute wrecking ball. If we could have him couple packages where him and Vita are on the field together, but it's 30, 35 plays, and then those other guys can sub in and play, man.
but then you can
I
keep
thought it was
everyone,
phenomenal. We don't have a ton
everyone
of
else,
cap space either. That was a hell of a signing.
Everyone else stays fresh too, which helps even more, especially guys
Absolutely.
like the the rookie Logan Hall. But then on top of it, I remember, dude, the Chicago Bears that year that they were humming on defense, and then he goes out and their defense falls completely apart, almost like he was the Warren Sapp of their machine.
How good were those linebackers when he plays? Because you're running scot-free. You don't have anybody.
Didn't
now
we
you
see
got
that?
Vita and him up front.
Right? Didn't we see the same thing when Vita got hurt? We saw the same drop off. You need a guy like that who can fucking just completely destroy the middle. Who are you going to double team first of all if they're both on the
When
field?
you go nickel and you have him and Vita playing the tackles position,
God.
Shaq and Joe are basically, unless they're going to keep somebody in the chip or a back is going to chip, one of them or both of them is coming man to man off the edge.
You know
Does
what
he-
though, Jake? Everybody's talking about next to Vita, and that's insane. And the linebackers, yes, insane. Clears up the linebackers, lets them roam free. Did our entire secondary just fucking upgrade because of that signing? I mean, that's
Our entire secondary is
disgusting,
fine.
dude.
They just got to be healthy.
Disgusting.
But yes, if you can rush the passer up the middle with 2 guys, 3 guys,
Whew.
4 guys, Will can rush the passer.
Will can
Yeah.
play, yeah. Does Akeem bring something that Sue doesn't as it relates to the pass rushing ability? Sue does great in terms of stopping the run, clogging up the middle, eating up double teams when he needs to and whatnot. But does Akeem, to me, at naked eye, he seems to look like he brings a little bit more from the pass rushing standpoint.
Yes and no. I mean, like I said, Sue is there every play, but Sue is aging, as Akeem is. But he's 6'4", 352, and can move. Next to Vita, who's 352 and a taco away from 380, and moves like that. Like,
That's kind of rude.
that is a lot of beef up the middle, dude.
Tacos.
Need to remind everybody, Sam refuses to take a shot with Vita Vea. Hey, you know, I'm sold on, as soon as I saw the video, which I then tweeted out, of Hicks destroying Cesar Ruiz and just throwing Drew Brees to the ground
and
like
then
a
growling.
fucking little bitch.
And then
that was
growling.
all I needed. That's all I needed.
And then growling.
Growling,
And then the center comes over, starts talking shit. He's like, you can catch it too, bro. I was like, oh my God.
I know for the last decade, if you play the Bears, the first thing you do and check to see if he's healthy. If he's playing, your game plan is completely different than if he's not.
When we've done pregame the last 2 years playing the Bears, it's like, is he in? Is he not? This is going to be the problem right here.
First thing I did, groin injury. He's not playing. Fantastic. They're not that good on offense, but if he's playing, you're not scoring that many points. And now you're adding him to a really good defense. It just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, well, even if they're not healthy, we got so many fucking bodies, especially if Sue comes back. Guys can take their time.
Yeah, but like anything, like your secondary, you can get thin quick in the NFL.
Yeah.
Jake, speaking of the secondary, are you surprised we haven't signed any real major competition at the corner position? I know we signed a couple safeties.
What money? I know everybody thinks the salary cap is fake, but it's real.
It's fake.
And we've pretty much maxed it out. I'm surprised we had enough to get this thing done with Hicks. With what money? And who?
I guess it's still early. You never know who Jason can pull out of the hat.
Who do you want? Do you want JC Jackson, bro?
What veteran falls off the truck, before
Yeah, there's
the
gonna be
season
some.
or something
There's
like
gonna be
that?
some guys that always get cut in the middle of training camp.
Potentially,
or
but
after
again,
camp,
with
too.
what money? Like there's not a lot left. You drafted a corner whose athleticism was a 10,
Right.
who's raw but runs 4.2 something, who's long, lanky, gonna play special teams, gonna play. Your top three guys, nobody's really beaten out, and now you've added another guy in Logan Ryan that plays in the slot in that secondary, who can move around, make plays. I mean, I get the Bradbury thing. I would have loved to have added Bradbury, who's a stud, and has owned Mike Evans in the past when they've gone up against each other. Like, he's an absolute stud. But with what money? He ain't coming for – I mean, that's the problem with Bucs fans at this point is they got so damn spoiled. They think everybody wants to come play there. Like, they're going to do it for free or they're going to do it for league minimum. A guy like Bradbury's looking at $10 million minimum.
That's not true.
He ain't coming for –
Yeah, but all you gotta do is make it a 1-year deal with 73 years voidable behind it, and just stretch it out. Have his cap hit be $13 for this year, and just load it up with fucking incentives. $9 million of incentives.
The Mickey Loomis way of
Jake is literally looking at us like, man, we've been talking to this shit 3 years, and I figure I've been helping you guys. Like, be better. What the fuck are we talking about here?
We've now gone off the opposite end.
Talking about
We're
here?
spoiled, but I mean,
We're on
this
the
is
opposite end of where we started. When
We're
your dad was
spoiled.
hired.
We just signed one of the best D tackles in the league, and Steak is literally going, well, we haven't done anything in the secondary.
We haven't
I
signed
just said,
like
are you
13 more
surprised?
Pro Bowl quarters.
That's
That's all.
I said,
By the way, you
I
guys
was
were at the
surprised.
tournament. Keanu Neal, I think, has slid under the radar a little bit in Bucs land.
Dude.
I know he was a Falcon for a long time, and he probably is going to play more like box linebacker kind of deal, but that's a great signing for cheap. A veteran dude that brings the freaking wood when he's playing. That's an attitude changer on defense. I love that signing, and that's another one for cheap. Between that and Logan Ryan, guys that play multiple positions, Antoine Winfield can drop and play in that slot. They can now move around. I love it back there. I think we're good. I mean, if you want to add a piece, depending on injuries through the spring, I don't know.
Well, I guess we did win a Super Bowl with the group we have right now, so I'm not trying to hit the panic button, but yeah, Keanu Neal.
Panic button. What are you talking about, dude?
Panicking in June now, bro.
I'm always panicking.
We drafted a corner.
You guys just got to
We
know me here.
completely forgot about Logan Ryan. We completely forgot about Keanu Neal. Keanu Neal, I fucking love that guy coming out of fucking
They almost
University
twisted
of
an ankle in
Florida.
the last week that I don't know about.
Yeah, it stank. What are you talking about? I guess it's too early to hit the pit. What?
Hey,
Barefoot dumbass
was I the only
motherfucker,
one?
bro.
Was I the only one extremely impressed with Keanu Neal in person? That guy's put
No,
together.
I would, dude. He's
put together.
he was yoked. He was professional. He refused to
One of the nicest
participate
guys
in our
I've
shenanigans.
ever dealt with, ever. Like one of the nicest guys. I was so impressed with his personality.
Nice as fuck. Hey, really nice. Until Ryan Griffin had us announce him as linebacker, and he was not happy about that. I'm not a linebacker.
Dude, he
I'm a
looked
safety.
He reminded me. I know this is kind of a shitty person, a shitty player to kind of compare him to, but that safety that we drafted out of Alabama a few years ago that ended up playing linebacker for the fucking
Mark Barron.
Yeah, Mark Barron. He reminded me a lot of him in just the way he's just like
Buchanan that we drafted in Arizona that we brought to.
I can't remember his name. We brought him here. Yeah, he's like a joker.
Pick out of Washington State. Is there's kind of a tweener, but he really fits what Todd wants to do, especially when you're a nickel, and it adds another guy that can run. If Levante's nicked up, something like that, you could put in with Devin. They can get really creative with that. You really basically go dime with another really big body in there.
It feels like Todd's got a bunch of cool toys now that kind of can move all over the chessboard as opposed to only a couple.
Those toys are healthy. That defense is ridiculous.
Sammer, my screen's a little blurry, bro. Can you read? I think there was a super chat, but I can't see it for some reason. Can you read that real quick?
Oh no, I'll read it. It's from B-Shuck, $20. B-Shuck, you know, Jake, we all love B-Shuck, right? It says, can't mute the best thing Loose Cannons has to offer in Stank.
Nope.
What is that? Little dick energy? I mean, we can mute him. We can mute him.
Wait. Are you saying Schuster's got a little dick?
No, I'm saying you. Like, is the dick ever gonna grow, bro? I don't understand.
Let's refocus. Hey. I'm sick of wasting time.
Like a genie, bro. You got to rub the lamp in the right way, and then you'll find out.
Wow.
We're never getting sponsors. Rub
the lamp. You call that thing a lamp? All right.
That's not a lamp, bro. That's a glow stick.
There you go.
Hey, it's lit up some caves, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, the purpose of the show was not just to pile on Stink. We're gonna talk about who we think has to step up in 2022 for the Bucs. We're gonna start with you, Jake. You can pick offense, you can pick defense. I feel like we could each pick one on offense, one on defense, and kind of go from there. But you get to start because
I like that. Let's all pick one on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got first. Go ahead, hit us with your offensive.
I'm gonna start with Carlton Davis. You want to be paid like a shutdown corner. You're a shutdown corner. You're the number one guy. You got your cheddar. You need to stay healthy, stay out there and be a shutdown corner. You need to take away the one from the other team every week, week in, week out with Todd Bowles' defense and allow Jamel to take that number 2. Multiple guys play in the slot. But if you want to be that shutdown guy and you got paid like it, it's time to show up. Not that he hasn't been great when he's played. He needs to consistently be healthy and be out there making those plays. Pro Bowl.
I like that pick.
So
capitalizing the interceptions. What do you have? You dropped like 7 last year, 6?
Yeah, just catch one of like every 4 that you drop, and you'll be superstar. But it's Pro Bowl. You have that talent. You've played like it at times. You need to consistently play at a Pro Bowl level. Now that you got paid like it, don't drop off because you got the money.
He stepped up a little bit in our Super Bowl year. He caught the interceptions, and last year I feel like the injury kind of fucked him up a little bit when he got injured in that little span of time. Then when he came back, he just wasn't catching them, or his body wasn't as ready as he needed it to be. But
so great way of saying he didn't have great hands, but just catch.
Well, yeah, but he stepped up in our Super Bowl.
Him and Jamel both lead the league like every year in pass deflections. Just catch one every now.
Oh yeah, Jamel Dean for sure. So you think Carlton needs a Pro Bowl season? Like no ifs, ands,
or buts? You got paid like a number 1 corner, top 5 guy. You need to go to the Pro Bowl. 8 of them go. You need to be one of them.
You wanted that money.
It's pretty high. I can't disagree with that one.
You want to do both, just offense and defense? And
we should roll defense. Everybody, roll through.
Yeah. Go ahead, then, Stanker.
Yeah, let's see.
Mine's JTS. You know, I thought you know, of course I'm going to say the perfect candidate here. The guy flashed, obviously.
He's on the thumbnail.
Yeah, he's on the thumbnail. I guess maybe that's cheating a little bit, but you know, you want to see. Hopefully, he got a little bit stronger in the offseason. You know, Todd obviously is going to mold the guy, but you know, it doesn't look like JPP's coming back. So it's going to fall on him to fill some big fucking shoes and play a lot of snaps.
Guy that's very multiple, but I'd love to see him with his hand in the dirt or standing up, rushing the passer 80% of the time, not spying quarterbacks and some of the stuff we had him do this year because JPP was setting the edge and he was so good at that. I like that one. It's a first-round pick. It's kind of like Carlton. You're a first-round pick. You got to play like it, and you got to play like it this year.
Do you guys remember the comments last week from Shaq Barrett about him? Talking about how he obviously has a move or two, but he still is learning how to develop those moves and stack them and kind of expand on it. And I thought that was kind of telling coming from Shaq. Shaq didn't sound like he was hating on him, but it didn't sound like he was like blown away by him at all. I think it was more like a little bit of tough love, but it was. I think it was kind of.
Could also be a little bit of jealousy because the raw talent and ability there is much higher than what Shaq's dealing with. Shaq is professional with a spin move and a plethora of moves, and he can get to the quarterback and all that kind of stuff. If I'm gonna pick another guy on defense, I'm gonna pick Shaq.
I was gonna say Shaq,
yeah. You're getting paid as a top 5 at your position. You were like right there in hurries last year. but the sack total was down. I need the strip sacks. I need the game-ending strip sacks. I need the game momentum-changing strip sacks. You need to get there. All that stuff we just talked about up the middle should free you up to be the superstar you are. And if Joe is playing at a higher level than he was last year, and I fully expect him to do that, guys. I mean, if he comes in with a speed rush and a bull rush, he's going to be just fine because he is that athletically gifted and that strong that he's going to be just fine. But I think there's another one of Shaq that needs to step up and be what he was in that Super Bowl year and that playoff run where he was just unstoppable.
It was insane.
Jake, who's the third guy at that position? If we happen to lose a guy to injury,
don't we still have Anthony Nelson?
Anthony Nelson played really good last year. Gil played really good last year. Had 4 or 5 sacks when he played, and he was flashing all over the place. I think we're fine there.
Oh, there's a guy out there, Jake, that might be really cheap that was here before.
Yes,
you know?
I was gonna say.
Got drafted by the Browns a long time ago. He was here the first year your dad was here. Very productive.
Carl?
Yeah, got overpaid by the Raiders, but I mean, I'd love to see him back here on a cheap deal. He already knows it.
Yeah, he knows the defense. I think that's one of those things you're waiting to see how you get through the spring. See if you need to add a guy, if any of the young guys pan out. You got the kid from LSU that they took who got hurt. That was really good and flashed. They really liked. Did get a chance to play last year for them very much because he tore an ACL the year before. But, yeah, I mean, you got guys. I'm fine there. Those 2 guys need to step up, those 2 big guys.
And
Who you got, Poppy?
Stank, I just got one more comment on JTS. Last year, I think he got to the quarterback at times at a really good rate. That game against the New England Patriots.
Close.
Yeah, it's more. I want to see him wrap up. I want to see him finish the sacks and not get blown off and not rush the passer and end up getting, missing it.
That's a great
He could have had 8 sacks.
6 or 7 missed sacks last year. Kind of like Carlton Davis.
He could have had 3 sacks in that New England game. He ended up with, I think, 1.5. He could have had easily.
I mean, part of that is he's so explosive that he gets there.
He's too
fast. I got there a little faster than I was expecting.
Yeah.
What do I do now?
He's shocked.
That's the progression of getting better, playing more. In your mind, everything slows down. Your feet are still moving the same speed, but the game is slowing down mentally that you make that play instead of running past it, overrunning it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with I'll leave the one of the linebackers for Sammer. I'm gonna go with this guy was considered to be a starter. When he was on the field, we were better. They found creative ways to get him on the field. Now 31 is gone. I'm gonna go with Edwards, man.
33.
Step it up, bro. He makes 33. He makes plays, but now you're a full-time starter. I would imagine he's gonna be the full-time starter. They're gonna use Neal in that Joker way, and then Homeboy's gonna play the slot, Logan Ryan. So I would imagine it's gonna be Edwards and Winfield. Yep. So gotta step it up, Edwards. Step it up, bro. You've been a playmaker.
Pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah, really big shoes to fill. He's been a playmaker, lots of interceptions, likes to get his hands on balls. We like guys that like to get their hands on balls.
Yeah, sure.
But you got to play the complete game. You got to tackle. You got to come out and help and run support, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go with Mike Edwards. 2-tap, swag, toe drag.
It's hard Edwards. To say. I agree with you because I was going to say it too, but I feel like we're going to miss 33 from a run support standpoint. But those guys we talked about earlier that can step in and play those weird little positions where they're kind of like linebackers and whatnot, I think they're fine. And Edwards losing his job and then working his way back up and becoming that little joker kind of guy, I think that helps him. And he now understands what it takes. I think he has a gigantic fucking year because he just, like you said, he gets his hands on balls somehow.
I don't think there's a giant drop off there at all.
Bobby, is it because
Whitehead flashed? He made some big time plays. I don't think for Stank to say absolutely there's a drop off there. I don't think it's significantly noticeable.
He's way more athletic than Whitehead. Crazy more athletic.
Listen, you can say what you want about Whitehead, but that dude made some game-saving tackles, some touchdown-saving tackles. Yeah, I mean, he was a force. He made a lot of plays.
He did. And there's guys that are more instinctual than him that play, that are going to make more plays at times. He got there and he made some game-changing plays. I think the biggest thing the Bucs fans love him for is that Green Bay game. Sure. Some of those big-time hits. He brings the wood, but there's guys that play that position more instinctual than he did. Now, nobody plays it with more effort. Nobody's bringing more emphasis, bringing more funk when he's coming to making a tackle. All that is fantastic. I just don't think there's a – I think you're getting 90% of the production you got from him from Edwards or multiple guys.
Well, I'd say Neal is probably equally as
from a thumper standpoint. I think what Jake's trying to say is, Whitehead plays with reckless abandonment for his body. He lays the wood. He's made big plays, but the drop off from just making the tackle, like Rondé Barber never blew anybody up, but he made the fucking tackle.
Yeah,
Winfield
He
does.
play more instinctual than Rondé. Rondé didn't have to blow anybody up because he was in the
'Cause he
right
was already
place
there.
every time, long before he needed to be. That's
Not
where
that
I
I'm
think
comparing anybody to Rondé in the secondary, but I'm just
No. But that's a good point. Rondé wasn't trying. Rondé was also a corner that's playing safety later in his career, slot guy. But you're talking about a guy playing more instinctual means you're not chasing somebody down and making a big play and making it look good. You're already there in the flat. You already did your assignment. You already read the offense and what they're doing. You're already out there making the play, or they don't even throw it that way. Or the running back is trying to stop and cut back because you've already got there. You don't have to make a big splashy play. I don't think I don't think there's a giant drop off at that position.
I can see Edwards covering more ground on the back end than White, just because
I think it frees Winfield up to do a lot more and drop down the slot. And Logan Ryan, who can go, him and Winfield are basically interchangeable. Now you got guys that they can do, and Winfield blitzes so good from the slot. Now, I think this gives Todd another piece to be creative with.
well, everybody's assuming that Edwards is taking Whitehead's spot, right? I think it's the flip side, right? It would probably Winfield's coming down to play in the box, blitz, tackle. He's a bigger guy, and Edwards, because he's so rangy, would play free. I would imagine, because
I think you're going to see a lot more Winfield like you did Tyrann Mathieu in Arizona, where he's doing both. He's playing center field. He's dropping down the box, blitzing. He's playing the slot. I think you move Winfield around as an almost offensive piece on the defensive side, where you're being aggressive with him no matter where you put him. But the great thing is Logan Ryan is really good covered at the slot and can do a lot of that same stuff. Really good tackler from there. I don't think you're getting a ton of production loss with Whitehead leaving.
But you also have JTS who can drop into coverage, and Winfield who can blitz, and you have Logan who can blitz. You've got all these guys that can play multiple positions, and they're all just like all over the fucking chessboard, dude. It's gonna be. I don't think we as Bucs fans, we haven't seen this yet with Todd Bowles, at least. Like everyone can be moved around. And my actual player, my answer, as obvious as it is to say Devin White, and I think Devin understands it. He knows what his shortcomings are. He knows what his faults are. He's been working on it, and he's been vocal about it. That kind of feels like a cop-out answer. So my answer actually is Antoine Winfield. He's a stud. Don't get me wrong. But last year,
the coach said this in his press conference. I like this.
I need more splash. I need a little bit more game-altering, momentum type of just gimmies. Yeah,
the Colts win.
I need something like that. Yeah, I need more of that. It shouldn't be a spread out, and it's a second year, so maybe he took a little bit of a step back.
That Tyrann Mathieu splashy play, pick six.
Yeah, when you
jump
need
out of nowhere and make a play because you read it different than everybody else. I like that. There's no way in hell we can have this conversation without mentioning Devin White.
Yes,
correct. Devin White,
star, Pro Bowler. You have more in you. Devin has admitted he's tried too hard at times last year. He tried to make too many sacks. He played outside of the confines of the defense of doing more than his job at times. I think with all these guys healthy, especially up the middle, we're talking about Hicks and Vita healthy, Devin can fly all over the place. I think you see him doing some insane stuff. And I think he bounces back and has a monster year, motivated. And I think this defense is fun. All these pieces, it's just health. Can we get out of training camp healthy, get into week one healthy? Nobody's going to want to see this defense coming. That's why I say going into the playoffs, the Super Bowl year, and we could be way better than that. I really think we have more pieces now than we had then.
Jake, do we see anything different from Todd now that your dad is retired, essentially?
No, I think it's just about how many pieces you have for him to work with. I mean, he's still calling it. You still have the staff is the same. I don't think you see anything different from Todd. Todd's personality and BA's personality are very different as far as head coaches and how intense they are on the sidelines and all that. But Todd's still that mad genius in the freaking lab. And now he's got all this stuff to mix around and come up with this concoction week in and week out. I think you're going to see a ton of stuff. I mean, go back to the opener last year against Dallas with 4 guys standing up.
Yeah.
And all the twists and stuff, guys coming from freaking everywhere. And then guys got hurt in that game. Sean Murphy Bunting goes down that game. Well, now you're not doing all that stuff up front because your back end is, is vulnerable. You're not as solid as you were going into that game. I think if they stay healthy, I think you're going to see all kinds of stuff from Todd. But you're going to start with stopping the run, getting after the quarterback, and blitzing a ton. You're going to get the same thing, but you're going to see a lot of exotic stuff with those 3 things with the pieces he has to play with.
You mentioned Sean. You mentioned Sean Murphy Bunting.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yep.
It's a big year for him, even beside like what we're talking about. He needs to step up for himself at this point. This is about his contract year, getting paid, putting himself on the map, whether it's here or somewhere else. This is a big year for Sean. I think he does have a good year. I think he figures out a way to stay healthy. If he stays healthy, I think he plays well, and he is a solid piece in that room. And again, the more bodies, the better at that point too. Because
technically, that slot job should be his, right?
They want it to be his. I would. I mean,
I would think
drafted him. It's homegrown.
I would think. Now Logan and Winfield are a little more physical. They blitz a little bit better, playing from that slot. You're going to have to play dime at times. Jamel and Carlton aren't going to be 100% healthy all year, I wouldn't think. They both have injury issues. Sean plays a little bit better, I think, outside than inside. But yeah, it's another guy that needs to step up.
You mentioned Devin, Sammer, Jake. Is it kind of like Carlton last year? He's going into his last year, into his 5th-year option, right? He wants to get paid. He hasn't made that a secret. He's got to step up. He's got to step up, man. You want to get paid like a top 2, top 3 linebacker. You got to kind of show up that way, right? Yeah,
you got to play like one. You got to play as consistent as Levante his entire career with the splash plays that Devin White makes, which makes you a first-team All-Pro, which you have the ability to be. And if you make that and you want to get paid, you're going to get paid. They're not going to let you go. You're the 5th overall pick.
Yeah.
By the way, he ain't broke with that contract. But you want to get paid? That's what you should be. You should have 3 or 4 first-team All-Pros on this. You should have 5 or 6 Pro Bowlers on this defense. They got to stay healthy, but this defense alone could have 5 Pro Bowlers.
Jeez. You know, the Buffalo Bills had a pretty sick defense last year. Apparently, they had no Pro Bowlers on it, though.
Who's that?
The Bills last year?
Yeah.
I think they had like the top defense in the league and had 0 Pro Bowlers, which was
I think both safeties made it, but yeah, they didn't have enough.
Somebody in the chat brought this up, Jake, and people keep asking. And, we don't know what we don't know. We'll see. I mean, everybody thinks Gronk's going to come back. But Joel Elrican says, K. Dotton is a crazy good blocker. Me and you were talking about K. Dotton the other day. What are your thoughts on Cade?
If you like the movie Braveheart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the face painting scene and freaking they're coming down, and that's this dude blocking. Like, that's the vibes I get watching this dude block. He gets his hands on you.
Dunzo.
That's it. Like, he's making the team. This offense doesn't have a fullback, but it always has an H-back. You're talking about 265, 270-pound dude that blocks like that and gets his hands on you. You can bring in motion. By the way, serviceable as a receiver. I like both of the young tight ends a ton. They're both going to be on the roster. You're going to have 4. I fully expect Gronk to come back. I love the tight end room. I think it's an upgrade overall, and I like both of the young guys. They'll both block, but that dude is like literally. I get like Braveheart vibes, like watching him. He just doesn't want to stop. He's an absolute dog.
I'm just like you, Jake. I love a room full of tight ends, man. I can't get enough, honestly. Just love looking.
I did not say that.
Full of tight
Jake's
ends.
like, I did not say that.
I love the tight end room. That's what you said.
Didn't have to. You didn't have to say it.
I understood where you're going there, man. I get it.
All right, Jake, offensive player.
Yeah, offensive player.
Leonard Fournette.
Oh, wow.
I thought that one.
See that coming.
You got there, and you had a mixed backfield. Rojo gets hurt. We have playoff Lenny, Super Bowl Lenny. Phenomenal. Last year, you looked like a stud, and then we lost you for a while. You got paid. You got a 3-year deal. You got paid. It's time to go to a Pro Bowl yourself. Leonard Fournette, you were 7th overall pick, whatever he was, 4th. As a rookie, didn't live up to that in Jacksonville. He's been better in Tampa than he was then. You see flashes of it all the time, but it's your backfield. I love the kid from Arizona State that we drafted, but he's a rookie. He's going to have a role, but Lenny should be able to play a lot of series. He's playing all 3 downs where Gio doesn't have to come in on 3rd down. He can in certain packages. Maybe it's just 2 minutes at the end of a game. But I think Leonard Fournette should be a guy with 20-plus touches 5-6 weeks in a row of what we're trying to do and get accomplished on this offense. The first one that comes to mind is I need playoff Lenny. And when he played last year, he was playoff Lenny. There was no drop-off from that playoff run. He was a stud. But he has an injury history. It was soft tissue injury history in Jacksonville. We have the ankles that have bugged him now. I just need him to stay healthy. And I love the running back room as well. I think there's an upgrade there. But Lenny's leading it. And you got paid. It's another – when guys get paid, I don't want to see you drop-off. I want to see you play to that level.
Or ascend. Ascension, not no drop-off. Same level or ascend. Go ahead, Stanker. Go ahead with your little dick energy. Give us something crazy. I don't know. Who knows?
It's tough, honestly. I mean,
he's gonna say some shit like Mike Evans. Watch.
No, I wasn't actually gonna say Mike Evans. I'm trying to say it's tough because I feel like the majority of the guys on that team.
You want another one?
They produce.
No. Because you might take mine.
No, I'll give you a guy, but I Only because, I do have a little bit PTSD. I'm gonna say Donnie. Donnie needs to continue to do what he's done since Brady's been here.
He doesn't have his running mate anymore. I like that.
Exactly.
You mean for 2 full seasons and you still have PTSD?
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Shit goes away. You don't understand how PTSD works.
Full seasons.
Yeah. You don't understand how it works. Actually,
it's tough on the brain to have a little bit. It is.
Explain to me why though. I need to understand what your thought process is behind that pick.
No, I kind of get.
I fully understand that though, Sam. His thought process. He's the left fucking tackle. He's got to play like that.
Got to play like that.
He's been solid for 2 years, but he's got to stay out there. He's tough as nails. He's been phenomenal. He's proven he'll play through the injuries. It's because Tom Brady's your quarterback. He ain't running around. I'd put all 5 of those offensive linemen in that same category. You have to play at an elite level, or this team does not go like it needs to go on offense because Tom is not moving around.
Well, the flip side of that is his best friend that got drafted with him, who's been next to him for 3-4 years at this point. Allie's no longer there. And, I don't know, Jake, you played, you've been around the locker room, you've been around the coaching, but there's a chemistry, there's a dance to that. It's like dancing bears, like old school likes to say, you know what I mean? The big guys, it's communicating without communicating. It's like Mike Evans and Brady having that rapport. It's the same thing with the offensive line. So now he's got to get used to a whole nother guy. He's
but I love
career
the
he's played
guy.
with Valley.
I love the guy we added. You're talking about another true pro, stud at his position. It's hard to lose a guy like Allie and go, okay, I love the replacement.
Yeah.
That's fine. Now, they got to play together. They'll get all that worked out. The pressure's really on the right side. Is it Stinney or is it the rookie? And the rookie we drafted is an absolute stud.
Yeah, yes.
Another road grade. But whoever that right guard is.
Motherfucker.
Yes, whoever that right guard is has to play at the level that this offensive line's played at for 2 years. And we ain't even talking about Tristan. I think he's shoe-in all-pro, Pro Bowler for the next decade.
Bro, they said that he was going in OTAs, and it's OTAs, there's no pads, right? But they said that he was going against JTS, and JTS's speed is no joke. Coming off that ankle, he's bigger. He just looked smooth, fast, quick feet. Like, what the fuck? Like, what?
He's an absolute freak. We're not even bringing him up because there's no PTSD. He's been an absolute dominating dog from day one of stepping on campus.
I'm going to go.
Wait. Before you go, I had a quick question, Jake. The rookie that we grabbed, is he going in right now? Do you think he's better than what we had in Kappa? Kappa obviously was the weakest link across those 5. Not to say he played badly, but he obviously was, the weak link in terms of those 5 guys. Does this rookie slide in and possibly outplay him right off the bat? Potentially. I think he has potential to do that. I think Stinney played at the same level that Kappa did. There wasn't a drop-off you couldn't feel when Kappa was out. I think this kid could beat Stinney out. If that's the case, then he's already playing at a higher level or as high of a level. I think he has the ability to do that. I think he will in years to come, but he's still a rookie, right? But Tristan walked in from day one, looked like an all-pro. Gave up 1 sack his entire rookie year. 1 sack in 1 hurry. I wouldn't expect that. No.
But this kid's an absolute stud. He's going to be a monster when he moves into guard.
I want to see him next to Red. Those two on fire, the way they fucking dude, what?
And the tight
insane
end.
maniacs. And then you got the tight end outside of them, and then you got Tristan who looks and talks nicely but will fuck you up as well. Holy shit.
They're gonna crack skulls, bro.
They're gonna kill people, dude.
I love where we're at. I love where we're at.
We have a new position that's gonna be called the Grave Diggers. I'm sorry. My guy.
The Road Graders.
The Road Graders, I like it. I'm gonna go with a new addition. He's going to have to step up early. He's going to step up big early in the season. Nobody knows when 14 is going to be right. When he gets back, we already know what he is. No need to rush him. We need him for the real stuff that matters. But in the beginning of the season, we're going to need Russell Gage to step it up, man. You got paid. We need you to step it up. You're playing across Mike Evans, potentially Gronk. If not, the other tight ends. You got Lenny. You got weapons all over the field. We need you to step it up.
I like that one a lot. That's one I had in my head, but he didn't really get paid. And we got him. That's a pretty good discount for a guy that's had 750 yards back-to-back seasons.
Who's better, Christian Kirk or Russell Gage?
Russell Gage.
Christian Kirk made $20 million.
For us, Russell Gage.
Yeah.
I honestly think so. And I like Christian Kirk. Christian's a good dude, but he played outside for his entire career when he needed to be playing in the slot. And that contract's nuts.
It's crazy.
He's more explosive. I think Tom Brady would like a guy like Russell Gage more than Christian Kirk. I love that. I think it's a bargain for what we paid him. It seemed like a lot at the time because Mike's got the greatest contract of all time.
Yes.
And Chris took a deal that was very team friendly coming off the ACL. I like that, but he still has to step up and play. But that dude, man, the last 2 years with the Falcons losing everybody, when Ridley was out, he was still putting up numbers. And that offense sucked. There was nothing else going. They had no running game. Matt Ryan was still playing at a good level, but that offensive line was awful. And Russell Gage was the dude.
Well, Cordero
2 years
Patterson
in a row.
was the dude.
Cordell Patterson was not the dude. He was the running
He
back.
was everything for that offense. What the fuck are you talking
He
about?
was, other than Russell Gage. He was. Cordell
Played
was.
every position other than quarterback.
He was a
Did-
stud. He hardly played that. I think he threw a touchdown pass.
Did you watch Russell against the Niners, mossing people like 3 times?
He's
for
a
touchdown?
damn good player. But to your point,
No,
he
I
needs to
mean,
step
yeah,
up.
go ahead.
He needs to be a legit number 2 while Chris is out. Because Chris is a 1. Chris and Mike, we have 2 1s. And if Russell can be a 2, that's pretty damn dangerous.
Yeah.
Sammer, who you got?
We did stink, right? So this one's kind of all right. No one's gonna like this answer.
Just
at
do
all.
it, bro.
No one's
Just
gonna like this
fucking do
answer.
it.
Do it, bro.
It's Tom
You
Brady.
went with Whitfield.
All right?
Yeah, bro. Get off the
It's-
golf course, Tom. Get the
It's
fuck
Tom
off the golf
Brady.
course.
All right, I'm not a big fan of this whole I'm playing golf, skipping OTAs. I'm not
Me either.
like this needs to be your focus, Tom. You fucking
I agree.
did whatever the fuck played house for a fucking few weeks, pretended like you're gonna
Been
retire.
fun, guys. I'm
right?
going to dinner.
I'm glad you said it, bro.
Enough is
I'm glad
enough.
somebody said it, bro.
I need
Enough is
you.
enough.
This needs to be all you care about. All right. I know you got kids and all that, but like you got
Yeah.
one more ride here, dude. This is all he needs to be focused on. I need Tom Brady to basically give me 60 touchdowns, 6,000 yards, 3-4 interceptions max, and those better be like things that pop off people's hands and shit. And like I need the
As
best. Tom
crazy
Brady
as that
ever.
sounds,
I need the best
that
Tom
almost
Brady
sounds
ever.
doable, to be honest with you.
It does sound doable.
Like 60 and 6,000 almost is nuts as that is.
Doable.
17
With
games.
that, I don't think that would shock me if he did it.
No.
By the
and
way, he's
it
going to
needs
come
that,
like
bro.
he's going to be the franchise leader in like every category.
Everything in 3 years.
After this year is
3
third
years.
3 years. Like that's
And then you wonder why I have PTSD, bro.
No,
listen,
listen.
you haven't you haven't seen that stuff in a while.
We've never seen
Sammer,
it. 'Cause
Sammer,
I had to
be-
live through
honest-
the rest of that
Be
shit.
careful, Sammer, too, because you know Brady's going to clip this. Giselle's watching.
Hey, I know what I'm doing, right? I need to give that motherfucker as much added gasoline as possible. I know he doesn't need it, but I'm here for it. My
I
actual, a really good answer, honestly, is it's kind of a weird little cop out answer, but whoever that grouping of the number 3/slot wide receiver, that
That's
group
what I was
has to
about to
step
bring
up.
up.
I need Johnson in the slot to be slippery, to be girthy, to be strong at the point of attack. And I also need Scotty fucking
Miller.
Miller. Where the fuck have you been, dude? I
Whoa,
need
whoa,
that
whoa,
guy.
whoa. How
I
fucking
need-
dare you, bro? Scotty
need
got
him.
derailed like Sean did.
Don't matter.
With his turf toe. He was almost out for the whole fucking
It
year.
doesn't
bro.
matter.
Don't
At
do
some
that.
point, you got to get over the injury nonsense. Best
Bro,
availability.
You just giving Russell
I'm going to
Gage
give you this. You got
just giving
4
Russell
guys.
Gage the wide receiver 2 position. We already know Scotty's wide receiver 2.
You
Russell's
got
got to
4
beat him out.
guys that need 2 of them need to step up.
Correct.
Whether that's Cyril Grayson, Rashad Perriman, Scotty Miller, or Johnson. You got 4.
And Jalen Darden.
And Darden.
Oof. Yeah.
Thank you for throwing that one out there. Darden's the guy you stepped up. He's going to be there. That dude's going to be an absolute freak. I'm still standing by that one. He just needed a year. That game got really fast for him at times. That was not.
And he's not a good kick returner. Can we stop with that project though?
Who's a good kick returner in the NFL at this point?
Yeah.
You talking about punt returner or kick returner? Because he flashed at times.
Yeah.
It was not great, but he flashed at times. He'll be fine. He's a rookie.
There's
He's a
something-
rookie on a really good team
There
with
was
a lot of
something that-
expectations.
Well, I watched the Pat McAfee show, and one time he was talking about how different it is for kick returners to receive punts in the NFL as opposed to college because of the way the ball is kicked and the way the ball comes down, and how the purpose of a kick in college is a little bit different apparently than it is in the NFL.
Kick
and
or
that
punt?
affect a
Punt.
punt. So when a punt comes down,
It's not near as good. For one, there's
Yeah.
not as much hang time. There's not
Exactly.
as much turnover. There's not guys hitting 5-3 hangs that are going 50 yards.
Yeah.
It's a very different thing. But plus
There's
the
not
NFL
gunners that
rules-
run 4-3s running at you.
Yeah.
When you run 4-3, it helps. But with the NFL rules have changed, especially kickoff returns, man. No more wedge, no more 2-man wedge. It's hard as hell to return kickoffs, man, and be anything good. But I like he flashed at times. The speed showed up at times. The quickness
speed was
showed up
there.
at times.
Yeah.
Everything needs to slow down for him a little bit mentally, but the tools are there. But that's 5 guys. You only need 2 of them every week to play pretty good if Mike's there and Russell Gage are there and Gronk's there and Lenny's there. I love the kid from Arizona State. I think you can split him out like we did David Johnson at times. He can play in the slot. He can run routes as a receiver coming out of the backfield.
You talking about Rashad White, the running back?
Huh?
You talking about the Rashad White, the running back?
Yeah.
I fucking like that.
I love that kid. He reminds me so much of David Johnson. Poppy, we're talking about Le'Veon Bell, that taller guy that catches it really smooth. It's another addition of a guy that if Tom Brady really likes him, coming out of OTAs and camp, and he starts getting that, I like this kid. We put a little package in.
Got the same last name as James White. It's perfect, dude. I'm telling you.
It's also my family. It's also one of my family.
Byron, a lot of options. Put him and Lenny in the backfield together. Now he goes in motion. You cover him with linebacker or safety. Now he's a rookie. He's got to live up to that, but he's got the potential to be able to do that. And if those kind of things start coming around early, that's a mismatch that you can then 3rd and 4. How are you covering that? Because, by the way, Lenny's still in the backfield. Who are you covering him with? Didn't hit anybody in college and make him a gunner, and he starts blowing dudes up and having fumble, causing fumbles. I mean, he was a stud.
Hey, Sammer, is the
He's
stream
one of those
down?
other guys who wants to do that.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, it's doing on my end, too.
If we're going to talk about all these offensive players, we'd be doing a disservice to our viewers if we don't also mention Vita Vea. Vita Vea needs to score 2 touchdowns on the ground this season. Absolutely
this show is who needs to step up. Not
yes.
Let's say Byron. Byron needs you to step up. Use Vita more.
I need it like I need oxygen, bro. I need a fat man touchdown. But hand him the ball off. Hand it off.
Talking about hand it to him.
Fuck, it'd be amazing.
How about this one? You got him and Lenny in the backfield, and you fake the dive to Lenny, and you throw the pitch to Vita.
Oh God!
Oh my God, bro! I will
That'd be
lose
amazing.
I don't know if he's got that kind of wheels, but
he's got wheels.
I'd love to be the corner of the middle linebacker.
There's no corner or safety, Jake, that's going to run into that.
You see them track down the running back from the backside, bro. He's got fucking wheels, bro.
Yeah.
He's got wheels.
He's coming around the corner like that on a sweep.
If you get there, you got to hit that.
No one's going to hit him.
Who's hitting that, bro? What DB is hitting him, bro?
None.
What do they call those business decisions?
Yep. Like, nope.
Hey, you know who else? Who else is stepping up?
Where I got there with that.
I'm looking at the sideline like, Coach, come on, man.
How about that rookie punter?
Yeah, 4-4.
Let's talk about him, stud. I mean, Pat McAfee hit the nail on the head. This kid's got an NFL leg. Big time kickoffs, big time punter, really good holder, held for all those years in college. Coming out of a big time program with a lot of pressure. I like it. I like it a lot.
Can you address that, Jake? Because everybody keeps talking about punt god and we drafted the wrong fucking punt. I'm sick of fucking hearing it, man. There's more than just booming the fucking ball 80 yards. Hang time, control, accuracy, fucking shit.
Jake, do you ever punt or you just field goal kick?
No, I punted in high school. Backup punter in college. I'm 5'10", man. It's hard to be 5'10" and punt and be good. You got to get a little more leg whip. I like the kid from San Diego State. Like the kid at Georgia better. Played a bigger program, held for more pressure kicks, kicked off better, kicked off way better. He's a kickoff stud and has a lot more hang time. That shows an NFL leg. Kid at San Diego State. There's a saying about kicking your coverage for a reason. He does it all the time. They're asking to have stuff brought back. Net is all that matters in the NFL. I don't save me you're bombing it out of your end zone over people's heads. That's like once a year that might happen. But if you're hitting that low line drive and it's 65 yards, it's just set up for disaster on a team that is so good if healthy. You need somebody that's going to average 43, 44, 45 on the net. And this defense is solid. You're getting yourself out of trouble. You're perfect. Don't give up anything. Kid has a monster leg, ton of hang time. I'm going to talk about the kickoffs again because they matter. It's one of those teams that wants to kick in the end zone and not give you a chance to burn them. And he's held big-time moments. Guys, as a former kicker, I'm going to tell you right now how important that is. That's the one thing that if Suckup wins the job and this kid beats out Bradley, I like the competition all the way around. If Bradley could come back fully healthy, he's having, had some leg issues last year, so hopefully he's healthy when he comes back. Whoever that holder is got to be comfortable. And whoever the kicker is got to be damn good, comfortable with who that holder is. It matters. I think there could be a switch all the way around there. You could have a young punter, a young kicker on a team that's this good, which is a little bit scary. But they're both talented as shit. I love the fact that the Borealis was on the practice squad all last year.
Jake, does it matter if, in terms of Suckup being comfortable with Pinion right now as his holder, does it matter when they start looking at possibly replacing him with the rookie? Do they think, but he's really comfortable with this guy, there might be a little bit of a learning curve with the new kid, and does that possibly sway the staff to try to stash the rookie as opposed to cutting Pinion?
Probably not when you're talking about the salary cap stuff. And the first thing that you asked me on when Stanker's first PTSD question was, what veteran corner are we signing? There's a big difference in Bradley's salary and this rookie's salary that we drafted. That matters. So if it's the same, or whoever the kicker is comfortable, I don't think it matters. I go back to that's why I love the draft pick. He has an NFL leg all the way around, kickoffs, punt, whatever, but he's held in big time moments for a national champion in college. The pressure of the SEC, playing in front of more fans, he's going to play every week in the NFL. Every week in the SEC, he's playing in front of more fans. He's going to play in front of every stadium he plays in the NFL. There's not going to be anything this kid hasn't seen pressure wise that he's going to step into. I love that pick. I think it's a great addition. Whether he ends up in the practice squad and Bradley's a punter or not, I think it's a hell of a pick.
I think
outside of having Tom Brady staring at you while you're kicking, everything else he's seen.
No big deal. No big deal. Hey, Jake, we got a few more minutes here. I gotta ask you, man. You know where we're going. You haven't got a chance to talk about it. You experienced it in LA with us last year. We're going to fucking Dallas. We're gonna have a special guest at our party. We're going to Pittsburgh. We might have a special guest. We don't know, Jack. We don't know yet, bro. You'll let us know later. And we're going to Atlanta. Can you talk about Pittsburgh, though, bro? Because Pittsburgh, it's close to your heart. You were there before. Talk about the experience there. Let people know what we're going to do, Jake. Because we're staying in downtown, and we're doing what you told us. Let the people know.
It's truly one of the best experiences from a city going to a game standpoint that you could possibly get. Like, going to Green Bay is cool, but Green Bay itself sucks. Like, you go to Lambeau, and it's badass, and they got the museum and all that stuff in it. Pittsburgh's the same way. That history of the Steelers, there's an entire wing of that stadium. So when you go get there early, go in and experience that. True tailgating. The best part is the atmosphere of staying downtown. The second most bridges in the world to Paris. There's your trivia question, is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Wow. You stay downtown, but you're walking across one of those bridges. And we've all seen the movie Reacher, a bunch of these movies that are filmed in Pittsburgh, and all those bridges, they're all right there. So you're going to stay downtown. You walk across the bridge with 50,000 of your non-closest friends, Steeler fans,
barefoot,
decked out in red, walking the river to get to Heinz Field, the old Three Rivers location. PNC's right there. It's just an incredible atmosphere. I love that it's a little bit later in the year. The weather's not going to be perfect. Hopefully, you don't want to go there when it's 75 and you're wearing a t-shirt, man. It's freaking Pittsburgh. Like, I get that everybody's coming from Florida, but other than Zach, who's going to drive from up the road, but like, you just want to you get the atmosphere. It's one of the coolest experiences of going anywhere to have that unique experience. Heinz Field itself is awesome. The stadium is nuts. Those fans are insane. On the river, something different, but walking across that bridge a couple hours before the game, get ready, is just an awesome experience, man. I did it as a Steelers fan at the time, but it's insane. It's just an insane experience. Not only people go in, you get like this Alabama feel where you have 500,000 people, but only 100,000 go into the game. There's a ton of people over there tailgating and partying that are still in the parking lot afterwards that didn't go in because it only holds 65,000. The town is fun. Downtown is awesome. It'll be live. It's a great sports town, but it is a cool, unique experience going to a game and walking across that bridge.
I cannot wait for Pittsburgh. I'm hyped about Dallas because it's fucking Dallas. It's week 1. It's fucking amazing.
That stadium is cool, and it's out in the middle of nowhere in Arlington. Dallas is a little more spread out. The cool thing with Pittsburgh is it's a tiny town. Those rivers come in, they merge. You can go right to that point, which is just awesome. Mount Washington's right there overlooking both the football stadium and the baseball stadium. You're looking down at the entire thing of the three rivers, where the rivers merge, and PNC and Heinz Field are right there. It's just awesome. I mean, it's small because everything you can do is within 5 or 10 minutes, but it's all right there. It's just so unique. It's just a different town. It's a different experience on game day and a different energy than most places because you feel it that morning when you wake up. Like Pittsburgh, they're hyped for their games. That's for sure.
Should we tell Jake what one of the swag thing is? You should spill the beans.
I'm going to spill the beans a little bit on what we're doing on Saturday night there. We're partying we have half that place is going to be ours, completely private, cut off, roped off and everything. McFadden's Irish Bar. It's supposed to be ridiculously fucking fun.
Awesome.
TVs everywhere. Shit gets fucking wild, I guess, after 8 p.m.
What's included, Sammer?
Dude, it's all you get to eat whatever the fuck is laid out, and you can just stuff your face the entire night. We take care of your drinks as well. It's
for Manny Brothers is a must. There's one in the stadium if you don't go, the one on the south side or whatever when you guys are downtown. when you're out drinking late. Permane Brothers is a must. That's the coleslaw and the
We're
French
gonna have
fries
you
on the
take us.
sandwich.
You're gonna take us, dude.
I'm going with
You're
you.
you're walking us out
Wherever
there.
you're going, I'm going.
And
Yeah,
Stank's
That's
gonna be
Pittsburgh.
barefoot.
That's the one downtown, the south side is a Pittsburgh original. Like you sit there and it's just nuts. Best late night food of all time.
Is that
Tell you,
bridge
my
gonna
other-
be
one of my
barefoot
favorite-
friendly?
No,
Okay.
I'm glad it's going to be like November. Stank's toes might freeze off, so he's going to be like
bro.
friggin'
I'm built
October,
different, bro.
whenever it is. It's October.
Built way different than that.
You ever
Hold on,
seen?
Jake was gonna give us another nugget, man. Hold on, another food place.
So it sucked. No, this is a Heinz Field experience and story. Sucked at the time. Now I'm feeling a little bit better about it. Coldest I've ever been in my life. The 15 in 1 year. The Steelers are the 1 seed. They're playing the friggin' Patriots in the AFC Championship. It's -2 or -3 actual temperature, negative like 14 wind chill. And Brady hits Deion Brands for an 80-yard touchdown the first play of the game, and they absolutely kicked the shit out of the Steelers in the AFC Championship and go on to win the Super Bowl. So regardless of what's going on, Tom plays good in Pittsburgh. I have seen that from the other side many a time. So that is another nugget for Bucs fans. That one, Tom doesn't mind going into Pittsburgh and showing them up.
Well, he's gonna be
Sammer,
facing
can you tell Jake what we're including in the swag bag?
Kenny
Just one of
Smallhands
the
Pickett
items.
out there with the two gloves Pickett. Right. One of the swag items, man. Should I drop it?
I think you should tell Jake. I mean, see how
You know how they got those fucking terribly ugly toilet paper, those yellow pieces of toilet paper that they spin around at the game?
he's got one somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's in the garage. It's hanging up with the other memorabilia in the garage. But yes, the terrible towel.
I think it's time that we brought out loose cannons towels for the
Who's canning terrible towels?
for the
Nobody
entire
knows
game.
towels better than an Arab dude, bro.
Nobody.
I know towels.
Nobody knew.
I know towels, bro. If I know anything,
That will be an
it's
interesting
towels.
experience for the people that go, because the terrible towels are waving at every game. And if you want to throw a red one around,
Well, add a little ketchup into that sea of mustard. Fuck it.
it
Hey,
may or
that's
may
not-
not
hey.
go over well.
But Jay, you can tell us though. I mean, we've talked
well.
in private. It's not Philly either. The people there, they have
No.
manners. It's cool.
Sammer, is it?
They
Can
love
we
their
call
football.
it? Can we call it a
They ain't
terrible?
gonna like red terrible towels in their
No,
stadium.
can we call
you
it
will
a
hear
terrible turban? Can we wrap those towels? Can we wrap those towels?
Sammer, I'm offended for you, bro. I don't
I
even
mean,
know what that was.
the-
Like,
I
that
don't
was-
want. First of all, I'm not Sikh. All right, so I don't wear a turban. All right? I mean, you're offending people that aren't even associated.
Thank you for
with
joining the
show.
loose cannon.
I mean, what?
Sponsorship.
Sponsorships just
You
flush
should
down
be
the
blurry
toilet.
after that, dude.
All right,
Just
we've
bad.
got 3 minutes. I know Tom in Michigan's been on hold, so I'm gonna take one call from Tom in Michigan. Tom, I'm gonna give you a few minutes.
Jake's got to go.
Yeah,
Sharp.
Tom in Michigan, you're on the line. I know you've been waiting, man. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes because that's all we have time left before Jake has to go. So make it quick, bro. Thank you for calling, by the way. Go ahead.
Hey, thanks, guys, man. Hey, first I'll try turning into Good Morning Football to get my fix this year. Man, then I saw a commercial for players only taking over the NFL. Genius, my man. Hey, I thought about why not teams? For the Lions, they get 24 hours of program, just be a blank screen of 20 for 23 of them, but for 1 hour, get Super Bowl 56. You know, the former quarterback one, in which the fans tell everyone. Carolina, they did a show featuring Cam Newton and how not to dive on a fumble when it matters. Or Cam giving us his floral scarf recommendations for the season. Atlanta, of course, will get an hour-long Super Bowl 51 highlights, but this time they only show the first 45 minutes. After that, the last thing they'll be teaching us how to do the dirty bird, or around Mexico giving dog training tips. But they'll be showing a new football life with Eugene Robinson. You know that time when he won the Walter Payton Award the night before the Super Bowl? Take his wife and kids back to the hotel, and 4 hours later get arrested with a prostitute. Doesn't have Elway let you up in the Super Bowl? That's must-see TV, my man. The New Orleans, for Sean Payton, they'll show some movie like Sling Blade, French fried potatoes. For Alvin Kamara, we get The Longest Yard, or my new favorite, the remake of The Shawshank Redemption. You know, Sean Payton playing Morgan Freeman as he narrates the laundry scene as Schillinger and the boys walk in. I'd like to say Alvin Dufresne put up a good fight, but I'd be lying. Or the end where he swims out of a mile of shit to freedom. Instead of freedom, he's just on the other side of the Clark County jail. Fuck the Saints, fuck the Rams. I'll see you in Pittsburgh. Good night, boys.
Tom's going to Pittsburgh.
Tom's gonna be in Pittsburgh, by the way.
Tom will be Pittsburgh.
Tom
boys.
is going to be in Pittsburgh, guys.
Look at that. Amazing.
It was.
That was a lot.
Holy
It
shit.
was.
Make
It
Sean
was a little
Payton
hard to
references
follow,
when
but
he's telling me retired.
I was there.
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right, Jake.
Peyton is no longer a Saint.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, he's not.
Apparently, he's a Miami Dolphin, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, so's Tom Brady.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. All right.
B-Shuck said, okay, now mute Stank. He just
What
$20
did I
super
do
chat.
now?
Thank
I love it.
What did I do now?
I love
you.
it.
The turban reference, you fucking idiot.
Hey, everybody, make sure you guys go check out loosecannonstravel.com. Every package but the Tampa package is up there for purchase. Tampa package will be up this weekend. I will get it up there. We'll finalize some details. We'll figure it all out. That's going to have way more options than the other one because it's Tampa, and most of you guys will be in Tampa already. Check it out. Make sure you guys get your package before June 20th in order to get a free Vita Vea full-size Buccaneers signed football for every person in your package. And don't forget, Dallas, we're fucking having drinks, smoking cigars, eating food with Jason Light. And Pittsburgh might have a special guest.
We don't know.
yet.
We don't know.
But it's, might be somebody who also enjoys a nice drink and a cigar. So we'll see. Jake, thanks for hanging out, bro. As always, we got to get you a golden Beck's baby oil bottle to have next to you. For sure. So everybody out there, make sure you guys smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new. And
One more thing real quick to the NFL and the schedule makers, because we haven't gotten to say it on the show with Jake. Fuck you guys, because Arizona was going to be epic as fuck. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fucked it all up, man.
It was.
so
Damn it.
all up.
so mad at Christmas, man.
God.
All right. Hey, go Bucs.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
Welcome to Tampa.